So I'm pretty sure a lot of you are gonna remember when I made that video just last week about that gold digger getting a heavy dose of reality from that man Adam22. Apparently she only got the opportunity to go on No Jumper after she was featured on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and she said some things on there that was so outrageous that she went viral. For those of you guys who aren't really familiar with Fresh and Fit, it's these two guys based out of Miami, and they pretty much do a podcast every single night with an ever-changing panel of women, and what they do is discuss the inner workings of relationships between men and women in this modern day climate. I definitely recommend you guys go check out their channel. For now, we're going to be checking out this video. Her ex paid her for 2 years.
For a period of time, I'm blackmailing him.
How long?
I feel like 3 months is expected from a man of like that kind of value, and 6 months is like generous. You know what I mean? Like, you're a really good guy, but 3 months is expected. Like, I'm a woman. I gave up everything for you. I can't, you know, if you did the right thing by that person, 3 months, like, really?
So pretty much what she's saying there, guys, is that if she had some sort of long-term relationship or any sort of relationship where a man was funding her whole lifestyle, even after she broke up with said person, she would expect them to fund their life for at least the next 3 to 6 months. And if they didn't want to do that for her, she would blackmail them until they did. I'm pretty sure that's called extortion, ma'am.
The type of woman that I am, the type of woman that I personally am, so I can only speak for myself. When I get with a man, the way I'm submissive is like, I am now your responsibility, just because, you know, that's just the type of woman that I am. I submit myself so much that I'm your responsibility while we're in a relationship.
So pretty much you're a child. You don't provide anything for yourself. The man is providing your whole entire lifestyle, and you still expect him to show you some sort of respect. I just don't think that's very on par with what's actually gonna happen in reality. When you're at the mercy of someone, especially financially, and they really don't respect you, they feel like they can kind of do whatever they want, and all you can offer them is your looks and your sex. Well, when someone comes around that looks better than you, or has sex better than you, you're out of here. That's it.
So if we break up and it's not on like I cheated on you, like I'm not using you, like it was just like, hey, you know, whatever. Let's say you're having a bad year or something, you know what I mean? You're just going through your own shit and you need your space. You have to give me a grace period to figure my shit out. You know what I mean?
What if you break up with him though?
What does she mean a grace period? It sounded like you were his employee and he fired you from some sort of workplace and now you're trying to collect some unemployment from him. He cut you off. That's the end of the relationship. If y'all shared things together financially, you take your stuff, he takes his stuff, and that's it. Maybe he pays you out some sort of lump sum of money if that's what he owes you, but that's really all you can ask for.
If I break up with him, then I should already have a pre-plan. I mean, if it's agreed upon, if I want to leave him, then I should like plan it before I tell him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if she leaves him, she's definitely gonna have a plan for the next man who's gonna be funding her lifestyle. When you're at the mercy of someone financially, those are the types of things you have to consider. So she already has that next host that she's gonna leech off of next in her mind.
But you are the one that left him, correct?
No, it just, our relationship just dwindled down to nothing.
But he's still holding up his end of the bargain and paying for your car and home, right?
Because they're in like contract under his name.
Okay.
Yeah, so it actually sounds like this guy is just letting her live in and use his cars that he actually owns under his own name. I mean, if she's dealing with someone rich enough, they're probably just like, fuck it, you can live there, you can use my cars, at least for the meantime until I kick you the fuck out.
These things were given to me as a gift, you know what I mean? So I feel like if they were genuine and they were, then the relationship is over. It's not on bad terms. I didn't cheat on you. I wasn't disloyal to you. I didn't do you grimy. So it's like you should still stick to that purity, that the genuinity. You know, when it was genuine, you gave it to me.
No, I completely disagree. To me, breakup should be like a clean break. Like I said, anything we had financially going on, let's get that settled and then that's it. Any sort of communication we have should pretty much stop. And I just really am not someone who believes that exes can go around and still be friends, especially if they're trying to actively pursue other relationships. I just do not think it's a good idea. Much less still be funding that person's lifestyle when we really have no sort of intimate connection. Fuck that.
I'm curious.
Back on the relationship.
I'm curious, right? If you work a job, right? Yeah. And let's say you got employee benefits, but then you get fired, you leave the job, even if you did it amicably, you still get those same benefits?
You get on unemployment and you get the benefits for a period of time until your life, you know, you figure it out. The next step.
Yeah, but
So she's pretty much gonna treat all of her relationships as if they were her employer. Which I guess is kind of the way to look at it when you're dealing with these types of conditional relationships. And don't get me wrong, every single relationship you have in your life is going to have some sort of conditional love. That's just the way of the world. That's the way of human nature. But to suggest that someone owes you something even after they're done dealing with you, when you never married them, you never had their kid, is just one of the most twisted ways of thinking I've ever heard.
Technically, you weren't even really an employee because you guys weren't married. You guys were just in a relationship.
Exactly.
And you cohabitate. So it's like you're really not entitled to anything. It's just that he's being nice and paying for it anyway. It ain't really your fault. A lot of girls feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of girls feel that, hey, I should be taken care of even after I break up. It's just that you're honest about it. And what I say is, it's the dude's fault.
Yeah.
For not understanding his worth and his value and his continuing
if you
to pay
let
for a
it
lifestyle.
happen, that's on you, buddy.
That's on you.
I think that
Yeah, that's completely true. I mean, this girl straight up just said she was already entering another relationship and her ex-boyfriend was still paying her bills for the last 2 years. I personally think that this is some big cap. I think that she's honestly just a big liar because I can't really see any man in his right mind doing that, especially one who actually has the money to be funding these different lifestyles. I don't see him just being all nilly-willy and throwing away his money like that. But he is right, you know, this is a problem with modern day men.
sees my value and hasn't found maybe a woman who has the value that I bring to him. You know what I mean? Like I was that sounding board for many years. I did give him business advice. I sat in business things with him.
I just cannot imagine her sitting there during like the business deals he's doing. Her very important input that just made this guy a millionaire or some shit.
Like from his end, he's losing big time. But I mean, it is what it is. Because he's been
Yeah, he's down bad.
2 years now, right?
So it's been a year that I've like been in a relationship. So before he was doing it, but it was like
No, but he's been paying you for your lifestyle 2 years since you guys have broken up, correct?
we've been
Almost 2 years. Okay. So yeah, that's a significant amount of time. I saw it on Kevin's show yesterday. Like it's around almost 100 bands that he's paid.
Yeah, so that's a major fucking L. I'm guessing she got into a heated debate with Kevin Samuels, and that's even more fucking funnier than this. So I guess that's the initial clip where she talked about where he paid for her lifestyle for the last 2 years.
For your lifestyle, when he's not getting anything back in return really from you.
he was paying more when I was with him.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Good lord.
Guys, this is on you. Yeah, you can't get mad at them, man. You get finessed. It's a two-part situation,
Hey, man.
man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
true.
really bad-
I mean, it does take two to tango. That's why, like, you can't even be mad at these OnlyFans girls anymore. You really just have to be pissed off and disappointed with these simps and these tricks. Whatever you want to call it, there's a whole lot of men out here today that are just absolutely down bad. They're thinking with nothing but the wrong head, and they're losing money and respect over it. I mean, some of these guys out here, it's really just like a joke.
Finesse is when you have to lie to someone. I'm very transparent, you know. Finesse is when you have to lie or like swindle, sneaky.
No, you're finessing.
That's finesse. When you're
You're
transparent.
finessing him because he's paying for something that he's not getting a benefit from.
But how do you know he doesn't see a benefit in paying for? Maybe that makes him feel good, and that's benefit enough.
So she's pretty much glorifying being a child, a charity case, and a hoe at the very same time. I think the look on his face says it all. And really, even if you paid attention to the way the other women were looking at her throughout the course of this clip, you would see that a lot of them kind of had that look on their face like, oh, you're on some other shit. I think this woman just gets more and more delusional every time she opens her mouth. I'm telling you, these people that live in Miami, Florida, these people that live in Los Angeles, they all have a very skewed perception of reality and what normal people actually live like. If you ask John the farmer who lives in Ohio to do this for you, he would look at you and say, what the fuck are you talking about? And I would think that 95% of society really does feel the same way that, you know, a normal person would and would say, you're absolutely insane asking for that shit. Especially when you already got someone else? Fuck no. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing today. As y'all know, there's some other news out here that needs to get covered, so it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!